back to another gear in review. Today the product we're going to review is the Taylor Solidbodyclassic electric guitar. The thing I would most like to point out about this is that I'm a firm believer in innovate, don't imitate. And if any one company were the poster boy for that statement, it would not be the company that first spearheaded that as their ad campaign, which was Fender, that said don't I think theirs is don't emulate, innovate. But this is truly a don't emulate or imitate, innovate. When Taylor decided to throw their hat in the ring to design an electric solid body guitar, they didn't just look at the designs that were already out there and decide, well, we'll just copy it and do our own variation of a theme. They, from the ground up, redesigned the guitar, and what they came up with was an incredibly easy to play, comfortable, fast instrument. I will point out that the only thing on mine that is not stock is I did replace the tuning keys. The tuning keys that came on them worked fine. I just am a big fan of locking tuners, so I put Planet Wave locking tuners on it. My actual favorites are Spurzels, but at the particular time, the Planet Waves at the local music store were pretty much the right price, so that's what we did. Okay, the first thing you'll look at here is they totally redesigned the bridge for their guitar. It is a hardtail type bridge. The strings actually feed through the bottom here, but the cool thing about this bridge can be adjusted, in non-traditional ways. It can be adjusted as far as its tilt back, back to front like this, and from side to side. It has its own access panel for doing all these calibrations or adjustments, if you will, by just taking this back plate off. Another really cool design of this guitar are the pickups. The pickups are high definition, three-quarter size humbuckers, and they're chrome plated. Now these humbuckers have enough output to run with the high gain pickups, but yet it has more of a vintage feel to it. So it definitely has a lot more tone than some of your high gain pickups. I have noticed that a lot of times really high gain pickups tend to suffer a little bit when it comes to tone, and when it comes to relaying the individual guitar's own tonal characteristics. That problem you don't have with these two. Now, they designed, instead of using just something that was already out there, they designed their own pickups from the ground up. Actually, the design of the pickups, I think, is what initially caused them to decide, hey, look, maybe we just need to create an entire instrument to go along with these cool pickups we're coming along with. But they didn't stop there. Another cool thing that they did is that this entire pickguard assembly here is interchangeable. They come with probably about 5 or 6 different ones of these. Now, pre-wired pickguards are nothing new, but this pickguard system is modular. You take these screws off, you unplug 2 wires, and it's out. You take the new pickguard, attach 2 wires which are attached with 2 quick connects, plop it down into place and put the screws in, and you have now upgraded this guitar to whatever you want. And you can have regular size, full size humbuckers, you can have single coils, and there are many other variations in between. Another cool thing about this is even though this is a 2 pickup guitar, this is a 5-way super switch, which gives you a lot more tonal variations than most 2 pickup guitars are possible of achieving. And that is another thing that I think that also made this guitar very cool. Another cool feature that they did is they totally redesigned the locking mechanism that attaches the neck to the body. The neck basically uses like a T-style joint that locks it very snugly, and they attach the neck or secure the neck with one bolt screw here. But don't be fooled by the fact that it's only held in place with a specially designed joint and one screw. This neck is solid and it's snug and it doesn't move at all. It's awesome. The scale length of this guitar is 24 3/4 length, so it's a pretty short guitar, which gives you a lot of. It gives you makes for a very loose scale, so you can bend notes for days without the string tension being so overly taut that it hurts your fingers to play with. The necks on these guitars are everything that you ever loved about a Taylor acoustic. It's very comfortable. The width, the profile of the neck is just, it's got a thin profile neck, but not so thin that it's not that almost too thin feel where you feel like you're playing a toothpick, but it's not, there's no chunk to this neck at all. And the fretboard radius on this neck is about 15 inches, so it's a very flat fretboard radius, which once again just makes it that much more of an easy playing guitar. This is a guitar with having the 15-inch fretboard radius. This is a guitar that really accepts your lead playing. I mean, it's going to accept your finger tapping styles and stuff like that very easily, and make it very easy for you to execute more difficult passages. I believe it's a maple neck with what I believe is a rosewood fingerboard. The body is ash. Ash is a very good tone wood. It has a lot. It's a very resonant guitar. Like just playing them unplugged, you can hear So I mean, the ash body is very resonant, and the guitar to me just. I'd heard someone on YouTube once before say that they couldn't believe that Taylor had designed such an ugly guitar, but aesthetically I think this guitar is absolutely beautiful. They went with a traditional single cutaway design, and that is pretty much where the similarities between this and any other guitar begin and end, is just the fact that it appears at first glance to be a single cutaway design. But it's very lightweight, it's very thin, but it's a very big sounding instrument. Another thing that I almost forgot to mention, that not only did they design their own bridge, their own tone matrix, they designed their own pickups, they designed their own modular pickup system, but they also totally designed this bridge and manufactured the bridge out of aluminum. And what that does is, with it being made out of aluminum, there's a lot more transference. It's almost like, I tell you from playing some of my other guitars, the way that the energy or the vibrations transfer down the string to the bridge to the body, it's almost like having a string through body guitar. It absolutely just sustains well, and the tone of the wood carries through to the pickups just very nicely. I mean, this is just a killer guitar. If you get a chance to try one of these out, I really think, I know I've said this with a couple of other pieces of gear, but really, if you get a chance to try one of these guitars out, you owe it to yourself to sit down and at least play it.